Hello everyone! Can you see what I'm wearing? It's a Visual Studio Code t-shirt. Today we're going to do something a bit different. We're going to write a Tic Tac Toe game in Typescript. I haven't really used, I have been using Typescript a lot lately at work, but it's nothing that I personally use a lot, so let's get into it. We're gonna make a directory called Tic Tac, maybe. I think that's how you spell it. And we're gonna open up the editor, and we're gonna create a file called. We're gonna have a. Let's make a directory for. I don't know. What am I gonna call it? App, maybe. I don't know. Oh, I made a Mecter app, and we're gonna have a index.html, and we're also going to have a maybe a style.css. What happened? I have no idea. There we go. And let's start by laying out the basic HTML here. So HTML, head, body, and we're gonna have a link, rel is equal to style sheet, type is equal to text CSS, href is equal to style.css. And we're also going to have a script, and we're going to have it linked to, I think it will be app.js eventually. And maybe we should put it at the bottom of the body. And then we're going to have a canvas. Let's put a ID on that as well. Let's just call it canvas. Okay, and then we're gonna have some coffee. Okay, now we're going to create a file called app.ts, and maybe we should have a file called I don't know, canvas, and the canvas is going to look like this. Export class canvas, and maybe we'll have some parameters here. Maybe the constructor will have a public ID string, and we will also have a JSX.element. I think you can do it like that. And we also want to have a, I think you can actually, it doesn't know what JSX is, HTML element. I think you can just do it like that, and it will automatically put the ID on there. I'm not sure. Duplicate. Maybe you couldn't do that. No. I don't remember how you did it. How? Oh well, let's just do it that way then. Okay, and maybe we're gonna have like a I don't know, a tick and a draw. Okay. And then in our app.ts we want to do import canvas from canvas, and then we want to do this dot element is equal to document dot get element by ID. Maybe ID is a bad name because I think there is something in JavaScript already called ID. Like it's a preserved name. Let's just name it element ID. Okay. And then in our app.ts we're gonna initialize this. So maybe we'll have a we could just do const canvas is equal to new canvas, and the ID is canvas. And let's just see that this works. So we can do console.log canvas maybe. And now we want to start the Typescript watcher. So we're going to go into the we're going to do tsc watch app.ts. Let's see if it generated the code. Yes, it generated a JS file. You can look at what it looks like. Yeah, hopefully that'll work. Let's just go to Tic Tac and let's do Chrome, Google Chrome stable index.html and see what we got. Do we get anything in the console? Exports is not defined. Okay, so apparently you cannot do it like that. Okay. tsc exports is not defined. Hello everyone again. So I managed to fix the issue by installing something called TSC bundle, which bundles it for me. I had a problem with the imports basically, but now it's fixed, so we can start coding again. And you can see here that I logged the canvas, and if we go here we can see that it's now logged. So I guess we want to set a width and a height on this one too. So let's do it like this, and let's do width is equal to, I don't know, let's do 640 by 480. Height is equal to 480. And I think we should see it like that. Cool. Now I also want to make the let's make the background of the website black so that I can see where the canvas is better. Margin 0, padding 0, and let's do HTML and body background color black. Oh, the canvas got black as well. I guess it's I don't know if you can do that. You could do that. Cool. So there we go, we have the canvas, and what we want to do now is basically we want to have some sort of a rendering loop, I guess. So in our app.ts, by the way, this webpack file that's here, we don't need that. I was experimenting with the webpack, but I managed to get this working without webpack. I don't know, maybe this TSC bundle thing is using webpack in the background, who knows. Okay, so let's make a an app class, and we can have a canvas of type canvas, and we can have a constructor this.canvas new canvas. Okay, and then we can have just at the bottom here we could have const app. It's not needed, but I don't know, it felt good. Now what we want to do is have some sort of rendering loop, I suppose. So I think we want to have something like a start function, I don't know. So let's do HTML canvas render loop. So we can do I've done this before, but let's just see what they say. So this is what you want to do. We want to have this thing. Let's just call it loop instead. Loop. We don't really need this, I think, or maybe it's useful to have it const. Where was it last time defined? It's up here. Let's put it here. I don't care about that. And we could just do this dot, this dot. Oh well. This dot, and we don't want this. And inside the canvas class, we could add width number, height number, and we could just add this dot width is equal to element dot width. This dot height is equal to element dot height. This dot element, this dot. I think we can actually do HTML canvas. No. There we go. Okay. CX. Okay, so we want to do this dot CX is equal to this dot canvas dot context 2D. I think no 2D. Let's see here. CX is equal to canvas context. We can just do that, I think, and we can do context. And I don't know what it will return, so we can do this dot context is equal to this dot element dot get context 2D. There we go. I'm just gonna fix this so that this stops complaining. Still complaining. LSD cannot compile using option module flag. Well, module AMD, who cares? There we go. I'm not even using the that configuration at the moment. So now we got that all up and running. We want to go here. Now we want to go to the app and this.cx, this dot, and I don't know. Let's just have it draw this, and we'll do 28, and I don't want this. This last time. Okay, and then we want to do on start. We want to do this dot loop, and then we're going to do app dot start. And let's see what happens. I suppose. Ah, we got a red dot. Cannot read properly loop of undefined. Okay. Why can't you read properly loop on undefined? This loop. Oh, it's this. Maybe just loop. Yeah. Why is loop undefined? There we go, it's happy now. So did the bind thing solve it? I suppose. Okay, so can we, what if we do ball x number, and this dot ball x is equal to, I don't know, 128, and then we do this dot ball x. And then we're going to do this dot ball x plus equals 0.2. I just want to see if things are moving, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it seems to be moving. So we got our loop working. I want to see here. Okay, they used the delta here. So you could also do times delta to have it move smoothly on all devices. Let's do 2.5, I don't know. It's very slow. 100. I don't know if I like that. Bollocks. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. That's weird. I'm just trying to see how what they were doing with the delta here, but maybe I'm just not going to care about that right now. Delta fill bx mx. Oh, I see. Anyway, I'm just not going to care about that right now. Well, let's just mx number mx this dot mx equal to 150, right? 150. And then they did this dot mx plus equals times equals minus 1, and then they did is equal to this ball x plus equals this dot mx. Whoa. That's better. So there's like a delta position thing. Still a bit laggy though. Anyway, we don't really need to care about that too much at the moment, but now we know that the loop is working. And I think what we want to do now is draw the Tic Tac Toe grid. So I'm thinking maybe we should have a another class, like a grid class or something. Let's just do that. So let's do grid.ts export class grid, and let's do I think we should have some cells in here. So we're going to have cells, which will be a list of numbers, I think. So we're going to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 9. Actually, I think we're going to have because each cell can have 3 different states. It can have a 0 state and a X state and a O state. So basically a 0 state and a player 1 and a player 2 state. So I think we want to have, I don't know, maybe we can actually make a number. Well, number will work. Number will work. But let's make a type for it instead. So we're going to do export type t cell state is equal to e cell state 0, e cell state p1, e cell state p2, and then we can do export type e cell state 0, 0 is equal to 0. Actually, we can do, let's do this instead, dot 0 dot p1 dot, and then we can do export enum cell state, and then we can have 0 is equal to 0, and then we can have p1 is equal to 1 and p2 is equal to 2, and then we can have t cell state here instead. How do I do this? Oh, just like that. Okay. But it's gonna be two. We can have it two-dimensional, and we can have it a one array as well, one-dimensional. Both will work, I guess. I think I've spilled some coffee or something. Anyway, then we're going to have a. I wonder if we can just populate these immediately. I think we can do that. So we can do constructor this dot cells is equal to e cell state dot 0, e cell state dot 0, e cell state dot 0, and then we can do, so that this will be our grid, and we're going to have a tick and a draw method here as well. I think we're going to start with the draw method. So what we want to do here is to iterate over the cells. So we're going to do this dot cells dot for each, and we're going to iterate over the, I think it'll be row like this, and then we're going to do row dot for each column. We could draw it like that and just draw it all squares, or we could draw it using lines. Let's start, I think we're going to use squares. It's not going to be as optimized. It would be faster to draw lines. Like it would take less performance, but I don't know. So let's see, canvas draw outline square. So I think we could do something like this. I wonder if we can, I have an idea of making the canvas a global singleton thing. Maybe not. Let's not do that. So in the grid, let's make canvas, this thing, canvas, and then we're going to import canvas from canvas, and then we can draw it here. So come on, this dot canvas dot context dot, let's just do const context is equal to this dot canvas dot context, and do that. I don't think it's going to work immediately. I think we have to set a color or something, but let's just try and use that in our app now. So we're going to do import grid from grid, and we're going to have the grid on here. So we're going to do grid. We're going to do this dot grid is equal to new grid, and it wants the canvas, this dot canvas. And then in our we're going to have a tick and a draw here as well. And on the tick, we're going to do this dot canvas dot tick. On the draw, this dot canvas dot draw, basically. And we need to call these in our loop as well. So we're going to do this dot tick, this dot draw. And now let's see what we got. We're not seeing anything yet because I think we need to do, we need to set some kind of fill style or something like that. Drawing and outlining the path, blah, 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 blah. Stroke style. I think we need to do set the stroke style. So in our grid, we need to do a context. That did not work either. Let's see if we can remove it a little bit. No, nothing. Are we entering this? No, we're not actually drawing it, so why are we not doing that? Why are we not drawing things? There's that canvas to draw. Oh, we're not calling this dot grid dot draw, of course. This dot grid dot draw. I don't know why I added a tick and a draw to the canvas thing, but anyway. So now we're actually drawing things. However, I don't want that console.log thing. Now what we want to do is actually we need an index here as well, and we can call this x, y. Let's just make it y index and x index, and then we can do. Now, obviously, we want to have a cell size. So we're going to have cell size number, and we're going to have cell size, cell width, cell height, number, and we're going to have this dot cell width is equal to this dot canvas dot width divided by 3. This dot cell height is equal to this dot canvas dot height divided by 3. And then we can do const x is equal to xi times this dot cell width. Const y is equal to iy yi times this dot cell height. And then we can put the x and the y in here, and we can use this dot cell width and this dot cell height here. I think that should work. Yeah, now we got our cells. Perfect. So what we're gonna do now is, I guess, draw the states inside of each cell. And I think we're gonna draw them as characters, just letters. So let's see how we can draw some text. HTML canvas draw text. I don't use the canvas a lot, so let's see here. It seems that we can do this. So let's just add, let's just do that, I guess. So let's do this context.font, context.fill text. Let's see if we just get some text to start with. Cool, we get some text. And this is where we want to draw it. We want to draw it at X and Y. There we go. And now we have to change whatever we draw here to the state of the current item that we're on, if that makes sense. So for each column, it's the column state that we want to map here to some kind of text. So what we can do is add a helper function for this, maybe. So we can do column to text is equal to state t cell state, and we can do a state is equal to e cell state dot 0. Then we just want to do null. Otherwise, if state is equal to e cell state dot p1, then we want to do a let's let the player 1 be an x. Otherwise, if the state is equal to e c cell state dot p2, then we want to draw a O. Otherwise, a null. Could probably have been simplified with the switch statement, but I don't know. There we go. And we want to have this return a string or null. And then we can just do column this dot column to text, and we can do call. So we're getting null now. So basically, if it's null, we don't really want to draw it. So we can do, let's make a function for this. So we can do draw text we can do that, and we can do text string null undefined, I don't know, and we can do call. No, text x number, y number. Okay, column to text, column to text. Okay, so we want to have a column here instead, so state t cell state. It's not really what I wanted. It's not really what I wanted. Column to text. No, actually, let's keep it as a text. And we want to do text. And we can do raw text. Call. And we want to do X, Y. There we go. So now we shouldn't see the nulls. Great. It will only draw it if it's not null or if it is a character at all. Okay. So what's the next step? Well, we want to be able to draw. We want to be able to play the game, right? So we want to be able to press one of the squares. That might be a bit tricky. So basically, I think that first of all, we want to get the mouse position inside of the canvas. So HTML canvas get mouse position. Get mouse pause, write message. So I guess we can just use this, steal this piece of code here, and we can do get mouse. I don't know. Let's just call it get mouse for now, and we'll see what happens with it. And it wants the context, so we can do that. And I don't care about this write message thing. No. I think we can just do mouse X number, mouse Y number. Okay, and then we want to do this.canvas.element, this.canvas.element. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I guess we have to do. Oh, we can just do this. We can just do this. Mouse pause.x. Okay, and then we can do this dot mouse x is equal to mouse pause.x. This dot mouse y is equal to mouse pause.y. Oh, I see. I see. Let's do this. I think we can do this and this dot bind this, and then we can do this dot canvas dot element instead. Awesome. Get mouse pause. I guess we still need that, right? Okay. And let's clean this up a little bit. So we want to do something like that. Get mouse. I think we can just do here this dot get mouse, and it will start looking for that. Maybe we should rename it poll mouse or something. I don't know. Poll mouse. And let's, in our tick method, let's just console.log this.mouse x, this.mouse y, and see what happens. Are we getting the mouse? We're not getting the mouse. We're not getting the mouse. Why are we not getting the mouse? Poll mouse. This.canvas.element.add event listener. Find this false. Console.log 1. So it's printing 1. What if we print this? Grid. Okay. Mouse X. Oh, maybe we're just not ticking. So in our app.ts canvas, we have grid.draw here as well, so we need to do that. And I thought, yeah, now we can see the mouse coordinates. So hopefully up here is 0, 0. Yes, it is. Cool. So now we can actually use this to check if we have clicked on an area in our if we have clicked a grid, basically. So what we can do is HTML canvas check click. Oh, maybe we didn't need to. We could have just added a canvas on click, so maybe we didn't need this. That's oh well. Now we know how to do that. So we can just do on click. And I think we could do this.canvas.on click is equal to this.on click. No, wait. This.canvas.element. How about that? It's not really. It's not really doing anything though. Event region. Console log event. So we're getting a thing. Maybe it doesn't know what to do with that. Anyway, we're getting the client X and the client Y. So that's all I really need. Okay. I just want to see something. We did not have that. Oh, we don't have the region. Okay, so now we can start checking if we have clicked a cell, I guess. I think there should be a way to just map these coordinates directly into the array. I'm not sure. I think the easiest way is actually to iterate over them again. So if we do that, we have the X and Y here. And if we click a area, we need to check if we're clicked it. So const mx is equal to event.client x, const my is equal to event.client y. And then we want to check if we are within a rect and click and change the state of it, I guess. So if mx is larger than x, let's do like that, and we want to do no. It's larger than x, and mx is less than x plus cell v. I think, and we need to, I think that's right. If mx is larger than x and mx is less than x plus cell width. If my is larger than y and my is less than y plus cell h. Let's just log the column. And cannot read for each of undefined. This is cells.forEach. Rows row.forEach. Oh. How about that? And we're still getting, oh, they're all 0. Right, they're all 0. So, okay. Okay. That makes sense. But what if we do this dot cells xi, xy, no, yi is equal to e cell state dot p1. That doesn't really do anything, does it? xy. Console.log xi yi. Okay, so it's kind of working, I guess. But it's like, is it? I feel like something's wrong. Like it's selecting the. So if I click here, we're getting 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0. Oh, it just draws the text wrong, I suppose. We can concatenate this into one if. Let's make it a bit clearer so we can do that. You don't need to do it, but you know, it's just easier to read it. It's important to be able to read your things, so let's do that and that and that. And then when we draw this, we want to do, I think we want to do plus. Let's actually do this thing down here as well. We want to do plus, actually let's start with y, so plus cell height divided by 2, I think, to get it somewhat centered. Yeah, it's a bit better. And we want to have it plus cell v divided by 2. No? There we go. So it's not perfectly in the center because, you know, the text has a size as well. I don't know, I set the size to be at the moment. Draw text 30 pixels, so maybe one would also remove 30 pixels. 30 divided by 2 maybe. 30 divided by 2. It's a bit better. It's a little bit better. I think it's good enough. Maybe we should do it here as well, just to be... let's actually do... yeah, we can just do minus 30 divided by 2. It actually made it worse. I'm not sure we need to... I think we were fine on the y-axis actually. So that's all drawing fine now. So now we need to switch turn when the other, so it gets to the other player, right? So I think we can do current player is a T export type T player state, I suppose, is equal to only this, because we can never have a zero player basically. Is equal to T player state. And when we click, we want to change the maybe we should do const available let's just do players is equal to e cell state dot p1 e cell state dot p2. So there we go, and let's just make this a bit pretty. Current player is equal to T player state, sure. And now we want to do it's equal to, let's make this dot current player is equal to T cell e cell state dot p1. The player 1 will always start, and on click we're going to increment, so let's make a function next player, and we're going to do maybe we should have a player index as well. Maybe we should have a player index as well. Maybe we should have a player index as well. Maybe we should have a player index. So player index number. And we can do this dot player index is equal to 0, and we can do current player is equal to players this dot player index. And on next player we can do this dot current player is equal to players this dot player index plus 1, and we're going to have a math.min, and we're going to have a actually we can do just this this dot player index plus is equal to this dot player index plus 1, and we can do this dot player index is less than this dot player is less than players dot length, otherwise 0. And we can do this dot player index. So when we have pressed the cell, we want to do next player. Which didn't work for some reason. Less than player index dot length. Okay. Oh, I see. We need to set this to this dot current player. And that should work. Cool, so that works. So now we can switch turns. I feel like we should remove this mouse listening thing because we're not really using it. So the pull mouse thing is just useless. So we can still change the, oh, by the way, I think we need to do -1. Yeah. So you can still like overwrite the other player. So that's a bug that I have to fix. But I think this will be all for this video, and then I will make a part 2 because this video is getting really long already. But I hope you have enjoyed this video so far, and stay tuned for the next one. See you.